Welcome back to another chapter of the 13-part series Melting, written and narrated by Stacey Holt. So, once again, I'd like to shout out the artwork in the thumbnail and video by Kicksledge for allowing me to use their artwork. You can find the links of her artwork as well as the music in the video in the description box below. If you'd like to support the series, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button and we'll go ahead and get started. Chapter 7 Invitation. Tiki looked over at Marinette, who was sound asleep in her bed, and turned back to Cat Noir, not pleased with seeing that he actually knew. Tiki flew over to Cat Noir and pointed to the balcony on top of the house, and they went up together. Cat Noir, you knew the rules. You aren't supposed to know, Tiki said, crossing her arms. I didn't mean to find out. Actually, I wasn't trying, Cat Noir said, walking to the railing and leaning on it, overlooking Paris. How did you find out? Tiki said, landing beside him on the railing. The Akuma fight, before the one that happened at school. I went into an alley to de-transform, to turn around and see Ladybug. Marinette, de-transform in the same alley. My ring beeped and I fled, Cat said, unaware of what Tiki would say next. You didn't tell her you knew, Tiki said, looking up at him. I don't want her to give up her Miraculous. It isn't fair to her. She didn't do anything wrong. It was my fault, not hers, Cat said, clenching his hand. Tiki sighed and put her tiny hand on his. Cat Noir looked down at her warming smile. It's all right, Adrian. I believe you, Tiki smiled. Thanks, Tiki, Cat smiled. Tiki and Plag knew who the other was from the Dark Owl situation, so it was no surprise that Tiki called him by his civilian name. Adrian? Tiki asked. Yeah? Be careful, Tiki said, flying back towards Marinette. Tiki? Yes? Please don't tell her I know. Also, don't take her Miraculous away. If anything, mine should be taken away, not hers. Tiki could see the guilt in his eyes, and she shook her head. Don't worry, Adrian. Everything will be fine. Tiki smiled before disappearing. This was great. It felt like the guilt of knowing had disappeared. Or, well, most of it. He felt the wind brush his cheeks and hair as he ran across the building tops, wanting to yell out in happiness. He retreated to his bedroom and fell onto his bed as he de-transformed, a smile growing on his face. So, you talked to Sugar Cube? Plag said, grabbing a piece of camembert from his secret stash. Sugar Cube? Adrian said, turning his head. Do you mean Tiki? Plag rolled his eyes and nodded. Adrian smiled, thinking about how he basically got approval from Tiki that they weren't going to have their Miraculous taken away. He was good at keeping secrets. He wasn't going to reveal his identity unless it was 100% necessary. He would just have to win over Marinette. But how? Oh well, he would figure it out later. Right now, he wanted to sleep. For tomorrow would be a new day, and he knew exactly what he was going to do. He was going to call Marinette and ask her on a date. Hey, Mari, Adrian asked. No. Hey, princess. Oh God, no. Hey, Marinette, would you like to go to a restaurant with me? Adrian sighed while rolling his eyes in the mirror. He had been practicing in the mirror for about an hour and was still shakingly nervous. He took a deep breath in and let it escape slowly. He knew that there was a chance she would say no, considering all of the times he called her a good friend. Would life punish him with the irony? The uncertainty was overwhelming, and he sat down, looking at his feet. He pulled out his lucky charm that Marinette had given him and stood up. He dialed the number, and it felt as if he held his breath. The phone rang until he heard the sound of Marinette's sweet, soft voice. Hello? He could tell she sounds busy, and felt a little bad about interrupting her. Hello, I was wondering what you were, doing, tomorrow? His voice seemed to get more quiet with every word. It took a few seconds for her to respond. Who is this? Marinette asked. It's Adrian. Did you not put my number in your phone? She had his number. Why had she not put it in her phone? Was he wrong? Did she not like him and just put up with him because her best friend was dating his best friend? Oh, no, I do. I didn't have time to look at my phone before answering. You said tomorrow? That's Sunday, right? Marinette said, flustered. Yeah, are you free? Adrian said, pacing in his room, nervous to hear her answer. No, her voice cut out. Marinette? Adrian asked, stopping when he heard a guy's voice calling her. Coming, Luca. Adrian, I'm free tomorrow, definitely. I'm with Kitty's section. Would you like to come? Marinette's voice seemed excited, but the mention of Luca made his heart start to hurt. No, it's all right. I have piano lessons that Father is wanting me to do. I'll text you later. Adrian hung up the phone before she could reply, and fell onto his back in frustration. What's the matter, kid? She said yes, didn't she? That's a win. Plag flew over to Adrian while eating a piece of cheese. Yeah, well, kind of. She's with Luca. They dated, so she is with her ex. Adrian rolled over and huffed. Well, go do something about it. Adrian looked over at Plag and smiled. Plag, claws out. Thank you all for watching. The next chapter will be available soon. If you'd like to stay up to date, go ahead and hit that notification button, and I'll see you guys in the next chapter. Bye!